Shazam!
So, let's see if anyone shows up.
How was your day today?
It wasn't too bad. Work really hasn't slowed down.
Oh no?
Harvest is pretty much done, but I guess it's not a bad thing.
I got to train 3 people today, so that was super productive. Today's like our overlap day and our shifts, so
Yeah.
we get 2 teams in, and it's like we're always fighting for machines. Twice I had that's you have to get off. I need that for training it. You have to get off. I need that for training. So I make friends all day long. It's like everyone hates my guts on Wednesday.
You.
Because I can't play favorites between the 2 teams. Like I would love to favor my team, but I can't. And it's like, nope. And I'm not the one making the decisions who gets bounced. My boss does that. But still, I'm the one who gets like the evil eye. Like, it's your fault, Rick.
Well, I know for us, this season's been different than like I find, and I kind of understand why, but people are calling way more than they used to.
Okay.
Instead of just coming directly to the branch, they call.
Sure.
Which I can understand, like with the price of fuel, and like some guys are having to drive an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, I would not drive an hour and a half to browse unless I have real intention. Hey Mayo.
Hey Mayo.
Shazam.
Thanks for popping in. We're going to show and tell.
I can't wait to see what you got.
Oh, well.
You said you got so much you're splitting it up? We're not seeing everything tonight?
Yeah, I've got lots of stuff. Hopefully my wife doesn't watch the video.
You still playing that game? I gave up that a long time ago.
This is from back in August.
Oh wow, that long, eh?
Yeah. So this is what I got from 306 Bricks.
That's Jordan Kotick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I know he'll be happy that I'm finally opening it and I can close off my order. It's sitting there.
He shares the same province as you, right?
Not one over.
Oh, he's one over.
He's from Saskatchewan.
I wanted to see if you would say it. In the back of my head, I think he's going to say it. Because in Toronto, we say that a lot.
Well, and we talked one night, and I said he was from the Gap, and he's like, "What? The Gap? That's
I haven't heard that.
Manitoban's called Saskatchewan, the Gap, because there's nothing there.
Okay,
you drive
that's
across
fair.
The Gap to Alberta."
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, he'd never heard that. And it's like,
I don't have many memories of traveling through your neck of the woods as a kid. I was so young. But of course, spending 3 or 4 months in Regina, is enough to tell me I just wasn't well suited to be out there. I really miss the concrete in Toronto and, running water and because Regina in 1982, 81, they had a drought. You had that drought all out your way. And so they had, water rationing, and you couldn't do the lawn, you couldn't wash your car, you couldn't do any of that stuff. And the whole city shut down at 7 o'clock. So as a young kid, there was nothing,
Yeah.
I hated it.
Well, I know, like, personally, the few times I've been in Regina, I wouldn't want to live there. I'm not a big fan of that city.
I hear it's better now, but,
just the way it's laid out, I don't know. I couldn't find myself ever living there. I would maybe consider Saskatoon.
Yeah. If we can make that drive out your way next year, that'll be amazing, because I'm looking forward to going from Toronto to BC. Yeah. Pass it through your way.
No, it's a decent little drive. I find once you go through Manitoba, you make all the way to Regina. Not bad. You get around Regina and you make it as far as Moose Jaw, and then that stretch from Moose Jaw to Medicine Hat, Alberta. That's a long stretch because it's just kind of rolling, not a lot to look at.
Right.
And It's funny, you'll be going along, and like I said, like last time I did it, I was doing the head bob. I was just bored, and then you get swift current, and you just drop down into the valley, and you go through swift current out the other side, and then you're back into the rolling hills again until you get Medicine Hat, and
I
then
used to have
after
this.
Medicine Hat, it's not bad.
I have this very distinct memory of just cornfields and telephone poles,
Oh,
and it's like that's all I saw from the train. It's like, oh my god,
well, you would
hours and
have
hours and hours. I mean,
cornfields
well, I don't
back.
know if it was. I mean, from my perspective, it's corn, but it could have been wheat. It could have been
It was
anything, right?
probably wheat because
Um,
corn, that grain corn, hasn't come around and it's been the last like 10 years.
really.
There's been
Well, remember,
varieties of
this
grain
was
corn.
early '80s when I was stuck out
Yeah,
there.
you wouldn't have seen much corn, even silage corn back then. There wouldn't be
Oh
a whole
no.
lot.
Okay, let's see what you got.
So I know I got parts. I can't remember if I ordered anything else. So I'm going to switch cameras.
Nice.
So let's do this. So yeah, I've got kind of a plan in mind, but like little bracket pieces, you're going to see a lot of white. You probably get an idea, but I don't know, it just some plates, more plates, kind of wedge bricks, clips.
You must have a Hoth mock in mind.
No.
I thought about doing one once, because it's probably something I have a fair bit of. Oh,
Yeah, you're on the you hit the nail
okay.
on the head.
Nice.
That's, I don't know when I'll actually start it, but I'm going to just slowly collect parts. But more
See,
wedge
I
brick.
think if I do anything, I'm going to cheap out, and all it's going to be is like a white wall that won't look like much. It'll just literally.
Oh,
I don't know if I can be creative with just the white bricks.
I've kind of got a plan in my head. At some point, I'll have to sit down and actually like put it on paper,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, it makes a difference. That
But
half Sith Fury I made, which
Yeah.
is still just a frame in a box, now it's in storage. Having it done on paper and then kind of having a scale to work from, like that helped a lot.
Yeah,
I wish I finished it. I mean, it's literally in a half finished state where I could go back to it any time, but
it's kind of wedge.
because I refuse to tear that down, I literally just put that whole box in storage. Like I'm not. It would break my heart to break it down. I put so much time into designing it, getting the photos, and
But yeah, got just a bunch of odds and ends. I literally cleaned them out of a bunch of white bricks.
nice.
But yeah, all kind. Anything I thought would be suitable for like dribbling or anything. Because definitely, if you're gonna have that plane with your walkers and stuff, you need something to break up all the frickin' tiles, eh?
Yeah.
Like, so there's another.
Oh, nice. So
I wasn't really
did you
sticking
pick
to
up
one
that battle pack, the one with the, or what is it, like snow troopers? Oh, I'm looking at.
battle pack.
Is that what it? Well, the one, it's got a blister with the 3 or 4 figures. Did you grab that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a few, didn't you? Or am I
I've
thinking
got
wrong?
I'm not sure how many I have, but I know I did when they came up in like January eventually.
Yeah, you've got
I
more
did
than I
grab
do.
some.
Because honestly, in my collection, I know because I just put all these in here. I have one. I thought I had more. I have one. And I don't have. I thought I had the other one, and I can't find it. So if I have it, it's MIA.
And I was
gotta
talking
figure
to
out how to get
Jordan,
it.
and I was like, I'm trying to think of a way of having like ice. I'm thinking icicles. And he's like, I might have a few things. He's like, I'll give you. I got some like trans blue bricks and this and that. He says, I'll put a little care package. So that's all stuff that he just tossed in.
Oh, nice.
If I can make do with something, but I'm still not sure. But there's that. It's like a little crystal.
You can make a video afterwards saying, you know, blah blah blah, supplied by 306 Bricks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of thinking
Why not?
myself. But yeah, because I'm sure I'd seen it was literally like icicle bricks that they had. Didn't they be like, what do you call them? The caves, stalagmites and
Stalagmites. Yeah, so there's absolutely
down,
some
one's
shape
go up.
stuff. I'm not
And
sure how much of that you find in the trans clear colors, but for sure.
I thought they made something like that in the trans blue, like trans light blue.
Possibly.
not?
I know I've seen them in weird colors like orange and clear, so
Yeah,
I don't see
I
why
thought
they wouldn't make it in blue.
Well, yeah, and I got thinking like, what's that Disney movie? Frozen.
Oh,
One of
Frozen.
those sets. I'll have to look
Yeah,
through on.
I bet you could
Bricklink
find a bunch of those sets.
I would
And
think
some of those go cheap too if you pick them up used. Like that might be a great way to get those parts.
Yeah, well, I thought even just I'll have to look through some of those sets and see if they added any kind of bricks like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my bricklink order from Jordan. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother inventorying. I'm sure it's all there. But... yeah, add to the parts pile.
So what do you do with those parts as a whole? Like, do you have little pull drawers, or you just gonna a shoebox, or?
I have some, like the MotoMaster parts bins.
Okay.
I got a couple, or I got one of them, and I got one of the Princess Auto type ones. And then I got a bunch of the snap bins. I don't know if you can see them in behind me, kind of over there.
A little bit, yeah.
Let's see more here. Right there.
Oh, nice.
And you can they will snapshot that you can snap them, and then they won't, like, you don't have to worry about them coming open. But they're more for bigger quantities kind of thing. But
yeah.
I'm not sure. For now, it's just going to be everything in a bin, I think, for now, until I kind of figure out.
Yeah, as long as you know where to find it, you can just chuck those in a box and you get
it. Exactly. And there's another bricklink order. I think that was around the same time, roughly. Well, I think I can tear into this one. I realized I didn't bring my knife down.
Oh. You don't have a single knife down there with you?
Nope.
Oh.
But the other stuff I have, I'll have to maybe slow down because I'll be done this pretty quick. But the other stuff is, I think, stuff I picked up in Fargo.
Oh, yeah, the truck. That's right. Hey, Ingrid.
Hi, Ingrid. How are you tonight? And you have... shocking.
I wonder what you're going to do with white parts. Rewind the last 4 minutes.
Yeah. You did a nice job.
Insert clip here.
You taped everything so it was nice and solid anyway.
There was a period of time where I think every week I was having these parts show up, and I think that bothered my wife even more than me buying sets and stuff, because at least she sees the boxes, she sees me building, she sees me collecting, selling, flipping. She sees something.
Yeah.
bags of loose parts. I mean, look at it in your hands. It looks like 2 bags of cocaine you're ripping apart.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's going to sit until you get around to doing something with it. And she only has seen me do mocks a few times, so
4x6
she'd love to see me
plates.
build again. But she actually hated that time when I was mocking because I would wait till after they're asleep. So all you hear is my hands ruffling through the bins looking for the one part I need.
Yeah.
Back and forth, and that's all you heard for hours at night. It's my hands going through Lego. It's like,
Well, that's usually in the morning if Nathan gets up early, and you'll hear the.
yeah, that's it, and that's what that noise is. And
It's like, Nathan, shut your door.
yeah,
We're trying to sleep.
and you know this little area I'm sitting in looks really cool on camera, but it doesn't do anything for the noise. Nice.
Plates, slopes. Some bigger wedge plates. I'm thinking.
Well, if you decide Star Wars is not your thing, you can go to Game of Thrones and build that great wall,
Oh,
the ice wall.
that's a show I never did watch.
Oh, dude.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I mean, you'll hate the last 6 episodes, but it's still worth watching,
Yeah.
like all the seasons for sure.
I've seen clips here and there, and like it definitely looks interesting. I think I'd like it.
I think for you, I don't think it's family friendly for you and the kids though. I think that's for you and wifey to watch.
I almost think I should just get Crave for a couple months and like binge watch it.
Yeah.
And then get rid of Crave. Or
see if there's something else like Letterkenny or something you might like, because there's a bunch of interesting. I've spent money on Paramount Plus that I feel I should have spent on Crave instead.
Oh yeah.
So now I've got to get through Halo so I can get rid of Paramount Plus.
Well, I'm hoping that Yellowstone will be on Amazon after it premieres, kind of thing. Like I know last year, the season 3 or season 4, it would play on Paramount Plus, and as soon as it aired on Paramount Plus or Paramount Channel, whatever, it would hit Amazon Prime Video.
Okay.
So then we'd watch that.
Which is interesting because I have Paramount Plus through Amazon.
Yeah.
Prime Days, it was cheap. I grabbed it for the 2 months at $2 a month, and then I think I'm paying $5 or $6 now. But which is why I've really got to get through Halo and then see if there's anything else on that channel and then dump it. I got too many streaming services. I don't watch. It's bad when you have to, like, I asked my wife, what are we watching on the streaming? And she goes, I don't know. It's like, we have 4 services. We got to be watching something, or let's ditch them.
So here's a real cool fig. This is why I went to the store in the first place. I wanted.
So this is the Fargo trip.
No, this is from the same
another bricklink
store.
Okay.
But it's that clone lieutenant figure.
Nice.
That's not the one from the poly bag, but this one's got more, like, the one from the poly bag didn't have the print on the legs, and this one did. And they're about the same price, so I'll go for the one with more printing on it.
And see, I can't even dispute that because the poly bag ones went to storage.
Yeah.
I can't show off. Remember how I would pull out the poly bags? I can't show them off. They're in storage now.
But looks good. I can see the Lego printing.
That's always a relief.
Yeah. Well, that's just, you never know these days now.
No, it's getting rough.
But usually, I go in Bricklink. I usually try to stick to stores that have, like, basically as high as you can get rating.
Yeah. I mean, if I sniff that there's someone unhappy because I suspect something wasn't legit Lego from a store, I'm just done with them.
Oh, that's not sure. Hi, Brickmaster G.
Shazam.
So yeah, I got my clone lieutenant. So I think got I got the clone captain. Oh, there was the captain, the commander, the sergeant, and the lieutenant. So I got all 4 of them from that era.
It's sad because I can no longer tell a lot of them apart anymore. Like when I was buying them, I was all into it. Aha, some more.
And just more Hoth rebels.
Yeah, nice.
I wasn't too concerned what how should I say it? Like what years they were from.
Yeah.
Because I think in a mock, kind of spread them out. I think they'll look all right.
He's ripping
didn't know
on
how
you.
Cole's cash works. Yeah, well, here's the thing: we're from Canada. We don't have Coles up here.
Yeah.
So I went
And
down
if
there.
we and if we have any of those stores, they're isolated. They're not in the major centers. That's for sure.
So yeah, I went there and I thought, well, this will be a good idea.
And it was no good until after you leave or something.
Well, yeah, and then we were leaving the next day. We were leaving, so it's like, oh, either way, we did all right because I got some other stuff I bought.
This is how I end up with Toys R Us. You know, the cards, right? The few rare times I go in there, I always end up earning one of those $10, $15 cards, whatever they are. But I don't go often enough, and I miss the opportunities to spend them.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you can use them online. It's like, oh, I'm stupid. But I actually don't order from them online either because they're kind of a pain. So.
Well, a lot of them don't have them. Like you.
Or they're not valid on.
So you can't use it online.
There's that too. Toys R Us for me is a pain.
Or you might not be able to use it on Lego.
Yeah.
And just I think that's a phase 1 clone trooper. I think that falls in with the same era. So you have like the grunt and then all the ranks going up.
Yeah.
So yeah. Unless anyone knows differently, I think there's 5. If anyone out there knows differently, let me know if I still have to hunt down.
I noticed that David Hall minifigs for you. You know, his custom Lego.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, he's having a sale, dude. This stuff is so brutally expensive.
Oh, I know.
On sale now, $35 a figure. Don't get me wrong, they're nice. They're really, really nice. But
did you get any Bricktober sets, Rick?
No. Here's the thing. I can never get to. Well, I shouldn't say I can't because I am off Thursdays and Fridays. I don't go to Toys R Us early. I'm rarely at Toys R Us, even though I'm within 10 minutes or 15 minutes of 6 of them. I just, yeah. I just don't chase those anymore. Although I gotta admit, this year's are nice compared to last year's, right? Last year's was the candy bag,
right?
Ones, which I don't think anyone was too thrilled about. I don't think anyone likes a bag set as opposed to a nice box set. And these, this year you got the little cubes.
I don't know, the old ones, like your minifigure packs, like those were.
Dude, and I literally just got to touch most of them again for the first time in a while as I moved them from what's in front of me to the glass cabinet behind me. And it's like, oh, it's just so cool to see how they used to be. Where you get 4 mini, even when they were just plain city figures, and you get 4 cool figures. But then when they would do the key themes, like when there was one year they did Marvel, Jurassic Park, and then like Harry Potter, and then something. That was probably the best single year ever for Bricktober. 4 awesome sets, 4 packs of figures. I'm pretty sure.
And it wasn't that long ago either.
It wasn't that long ago. It was probably like the final year where Toys R Us as a whole was all over the place before it all came tumbling down.
Oh.
Take it easy, Ingrid.
In the Target bag. Ingrid's going to bed. Night, Ingrid.
Well, she's just a wee little one. She needs her rest. Have a good night, Ingrid.
So Dan, you missed a whack of white bricks for a mock. that hopefully will eventually happen this century. Bunch
A
of
couple of kilos of the white stuff right there.
Yeah. A bunch of parts from Jordan Kotick. And a couple clone troopers. Clone lieutenant figure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Hey, I ain't fooling anyone anymore. I stopped putting this stuff in my beard, so I feel you.
Yes, we do. I just wish I could fall asleep.
Oh, you still having issues?
Oh yeah, it's just an ongoing thing. Some nights, you know what? Some nights are fine. Others, I'm in and out of bed. It'll be like 1 a.m.
Have you tried melatonin?
Okay, I was going to do that, but since my health issues,
you can't take it.
With the meds I'm on, it actually says right on the because we bought some of the gummies.
Yeah,
melatonin gummies, and it says don't take with anti-seizure medication. But okay.
So you'll have to wait it out for a while then.
Yeah. So next time I have.
I mean, I can't say a lot about it. I take it occasionally, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, maybe.
Yeah.
Usually, because Sunday's my first work day, so Saturday night, 2 hours before I think I want to go to bed, I take one of those or even 2 of those, and I don't know. I'd like to think it helps. I'm kind of still on the fence about it, as opposed to not doing anything and then being up all night.
Do you find it kind of settles you down?
Yeah, and that's a problem. My mind is always racing and thinking.
Yeah.
The worst part is I'll lay down and it's like, oh God, now why am I thinking of 4 different things? And why am I thinking of the next 3 purchases and this deal and that deal?
Oh, that kind of stuff. Yep. I find I start thinking about work and stuff I have to do the next day.
Oh, I'm pretty good about not thinking about work. When I walk out, I'm done.
You know what? After work, I'm fine. But it's when I go to bed and I'll start thinking of stuff I need to do when I get there in the morning.
Yeah.
Especially if I didn't get things cleaned up. Like I'm kind of guy, if I start something, I like to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it has to carry over to the next day,
Well, it helps that I'm training new trainers. That helps. So it takes some of the load off of me, but they're not doing what I'm doing. They can't cover the same number of machines I do. And my backlog is still big because my new trainers don't know the machines I know. So they can't train on my behalf on those machines. So it's like, yeah. It's like, and there's no time to train them because then I'll be taking time away from my actual students. Ooh. Magic bag.
Walmart.
I like that company.
One place I actually found something on sale. Now, one thing I picked up, it was just kind of a impulse buy, but I wanted the figure.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
I wanted that Wolverine fig.
I've only got one, and it's from that Deadpool chopper set.
Yeah.
By the way, still the best little set I ever got my hands on. That was such a great deal. Someone posted it like 1 a.m, and I scooped it. That's a cool set. Actually, I saw that about a week ago. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. There's this and a Black Panther one.
I don't like that one. I've seen
it. Getting anyway.
Really?
And actually, it's already clearancing out the Black Panther one.
Oh, really?
I could have sworn I seen it on Stock Track for like $5.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Something like that.
I thought I would buy all of them, and then when I didn't really, because I bought the Iron Man ones that were bigger, but then when they came out with that scale, I thought, oh, I'll buy them all, and then I kind of went, I don't know, because I can't buy everything. I got to draw a line somewhere.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to get the Spider-Man constructible ones, the buildable figure that's taller. 30-ish bucks, $33, 35. It's like I'm very tempted because they don't look too bad. I still don't like the heads on them, but
So down there, I hit a couple Walmarts. I hit Target, a couple Targets, a couple Walmarts. This was hard to find because I knew they were on sale, and I wanted to pick up a couple more. And I didn't want to pay full price. Well, paid full price down there. I was paying more than retail here. So I actually found them on sale at Walmart, and I think they've been on sale pretty much steadily.
Oh, nice.
Like, it's funny at Walmart. I think it's like its whole life. It's been on sale for 20% off in the States at Walmart.
Really?
Yeah. So
You know what? I think it was way overproduced. Because it was so hyped by, well, we know who hyped it, but
yeah. So
that
I got
other
two
Ryan.
Yeah.
It's a great set no matter what.
Now I didn't look. I know in the States it's off shop at home. I haven't looked at the Canadian site, see if it's gone or not.
I got the ones I wanted, and then I was happy to not look back.
Yeah. Did you buy very many?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I probably have 3 behind me, and maybe as many. No, that's not true. I have 5 to 10 sitting somewhere. But with no hope anytime soon, it's going to be valuable. There's so much of it out there, and so many people were army building with this set.
Yeah.
This
is 5 and 6 for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Probably it. Unless they pop up on sale or something, maybe I'll get 1 or 2 more. So I have 6, and Nathan saw that I had multiples. I want more. Well, he wanted 1. He got 1. Yeah. And then he conned Mum into getting him another one. So he's built both of them. So the household has 8.
He's got the Lego bug.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Big time. He's got it big time.
I will probably move a few out of my personal collection in the backlog and just keep 1 and move the others to the flip stuff and storage. Because I don't necessarily have a real reason to have more. I know I'm not going to mock with them. I wish I could say that I will, but I know I won't. I'd rather build than mock at this point.
Yeah. I can't see myself like opening them all and trying to make like an army, because I'm not going to spend that much money on.
Yeah.
Like
I got a couple friends right now who are starting to do that with a couple of sets, and it's like, once you start, where do you draw that line? You want an army build?
Well, exactly. And like with this, maybe someday you want to build a mock or something. But even at that, I can't see myself doing it, honestly.
I mean, it's a nice selection of parts, and the color schemes are pretty decent if you're going to try other Star Wars theme kind of builds and mocks. Like, hey, you can't go wrong. And if you got them discounted in any way, you're laughing. Yeah.
Well, even especially with their exchange rate, but I think I came out close to, I probably got it for 15% off, I think.
That's Canadian, great.
So not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Have you found many on sale? I've only seen on sale.
That battle pack? Last year's battle pack? I said, once I got what I wanted, I stopped kind of looking.
Like this one, though.
Yeah.
You've seen it many times on sale in Canada, though?
No, not a lot. No.
Like, I only see
I see it on shelves. I see it like everywhere. Like, I don't have a hard time finding it. But it's on sale, no.
And see, I've only seen it once for 20% off on Amazon.
Okay.
And that's I think I picked up 2 that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's what I thought. Well, I'll wait. Surely it'll go for like 30% off at some point. Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
So unless it's doing that and then it's middle of the night, happens when I'm asleep. I don't know.
Well, I know there's been a few deals lately, Lego, Mega, and a few other things that I've been trying to follow. Yeah. And it's not like it used to be where there seemed to be a nice window of 4 and 5 hours to scoop an item. It seems like, 20 minutes. that was it. And it's like, oh, that sucks, because even by the time I get a notice from Camel,
Yeah.
it's like, well, it's already gone. It's like, great, I see the blip where it dropped low and it's gone. Like, thank you.
Well, yeah, that
I've been
site
awake
too,
and gotten those notices, and then by the time I look at it, it's like, oh, that didn't last long.
well, that site too, like sometimes it can be an hour and a half after, like,
Oh yeah,
you get the
it's
notification.
definitely not polling like hourly like it once was. It may
Yeah.
be polling 4 or 5 times a day tops now,
Yeah.
which means depending on when something happens, you might miss by 4 hours. Like it's, yeah.
You've got to be up at, I think it's usually like 3 a.m. Well, our time would be 3 a.m. So it'd be 4 your time,
Okay.
I think, is when you need to check Amazon.
So that's
So I
tough
think
because
that's
I
when
get
it,
up 4:30 for work, and that's when, okay, I fire up the phone, I'm checking some stuff, but
yeah.
so I've already missed some stuff then.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then I'll get up at quarter after 6, 6:30 our time, and sometimes I'll just take a quick gander or
Yeah.
look at Facebook and see if somebody like, there's, I think one time you posted, and
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
jump
When I was
past.
doing that more often, it's like
Yeah,
I get my
because I
thing, I'll
looked.
post it, and then I'm off to work, and then
Well, yeah,
yeah.
that was just this last prime. What did they call it? Early prime
Oh,
or
the
early
early
access.
access. Yeah. I can't remember
And
what
I
I
know I
posted for
jumped
that.
on it and got something, and then by the time I got to work and I looked again, it was gone already.
I
So
think
yeah, it happened pretty
I
quick.
think the gauntlet was my early access purchase. But and I was glad
So
to get it.
so this is what I was really excited for. So the
There's a
story
target
behind
on your
this.
bag, you know.
What's that?
I said there's a target on your bag, you know.
Yeah, I know. So with this was the morning we were leaving Fargo, and I think I told you we loaded up in Fargo, hopped in the truck, go to leave, and click.
Yeah,
Battery was dead.
old Betsy let you down there.
Of all the places to have a dead battery, it
Yeah.
was
And
6 hours
that's my
from home.
biggest fear when I would, when we used to go across the border. It's like, not that I've ever had a problem with my vehicles, but it's like, please, just get me back across. If anything's going to happen, let it be on our side.
Yeah. So I had to go across. There was a Midas muffler across the street that was open. And I run across, and actually the manager there come over with his crappy old van and boosted me.
Wow.
And I was like, "What do I owe you?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like,
Oh, that's
"Really?" Like,
nice.
I'm like, "It's worth something to me." He's like, "No, have a safe trip." So I shook his hand and was like, "Well, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
you got me
That
out of
reminds me,
Regina."
I need one more set of jumpers. I have my boot jump box. I have one set of cables, but normally I have two. I don't know where the second one went. Either me or my wife. Pretty sure it was probably me by accident.
Yeah.
One day when I didn't have the jump box, I must have hooked someone up, and then they took a walk. Because they're not in my second kit bag. It's like, because I
Well,
have two kit bags in the car. It's like, nope.
we got home, and the next day I went to work and got a new battery, put it in, and I almost bought we sell those NOCO booster boxes at work.
Yeah.
I had one in my hand, and I almost bought it. I put it back on the shelf, but I might end
Oh,
up still getting one. Just,
something's better than nothing.
yeah,
I like having the big car sized real
yeah,
shaped battery. I know now you can get the ones, they're little lithium ion things the shape of your phone. And
yeah,
they'll boost your car, but like lithium ion, if this is in your car and it's cold,
yeah,
it's not going to boost your car.
yeah.
It's got the same problems as a cell phone battery does. If you ever leave your cell phone in the car, hey, your Canadian winters are worse than mine. You ever
Yeah.
left your phone in your car, and you
Oh,
see like it goes
I've
dead
had
on
it
you?
where it shuts off with just my pocket.
Being what?
I'll
Because
be
it's too
outside
cold,
for 20 minutes, and it's
and
cold
it's too
enough.
cold even with your body heat.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow! Because
yeah,
here in Toronto, it's like if you're holding it and it's just too cold, which is rare. Well, get it in your jacket, get it in your pants, whatever. A little bit of heat, and you'll get 15-20% back, even if you had full before. It's like, oh, you got enough to do what you got to do.
no.
But oh
You'll
boy,
shut down. Like we're talking -40 before the wind chill.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you'd be
no,
out there
no.
15, 20 minutes doing something, and
I would chop down my neighbor's tree to start some firewood to make sure that don't happen. It's like, sorry, buddy. It's my cell
so
phone or you.
we got boosted, and we went to Grand Forks, and there's a super target. So my wife wanted to go in. I said, well, I wouldn't mind looking too, but I said, I'm not shutting the truck off. Like, it's
Yeah,
going to
you're not
run until
risking
we
it.
get home.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, you go in first, do what you want, and then come out, and then I'll take my turn. So I ran in, and of course, look at the Lego and stuff, and I just going up down the aisles. And I know I took a picture. I saw the
Yeah, yeah.
Bigfoot Mega Block set or Mega Brand set, which is really cool, by the way.
Yeah.
And then just down the aisle, I see this.
Mm. Whoa.
Oh, I get the glare. There we go.
NECA. No.
So I'd never seen that. So
Well, they do some nice stuff. That's for sure.
it's got an action figure inside. It's got some kind of kitty stuff, but it's got.
But it's the fun turtle stuff. That's what I like.
Well, yeah. This is my childhood. Like
Yeah.
the '87 Ninja Turtle cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Nice. Oh, he looks good too.
isn't that cool? So that I could set that up with all my Black Series pigs.
Oh, is it the same scale?
Yeah,
Close
I
to
think
it?
so. The box
Nice.
looks about the same height.
I almost bought Black Series Vader. It's like,
Oh yeah,
it's like no, because if I do, I'm screwed. I'll
from
buy more.
the Kenobi show version.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
It
seen
looks
that
so
one too.
good.
That's cool. That makes me want to get more.
Yeah.
But this is a good deal for everything you get, because you can easily spend as what I spent for this box. You can spend probably more per fig on
For
your own.
the one fig, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I'd like to get at least all the turtles. But I do that, and then I want to get Bebop and Rocksteady, and
Yeah.
then keychains.
Oh, that's cool.
Keychains. I doubt I'll ever take them out of the pack. Pizza magnets. Check this out. I'm gonna have to put this on.
Oh no! What is that?
It's a beanie, like toque.
You're kidding.
Yeah. No.
Well, now you got Halloween figured out.
Yeah.
That's creepy. Damn.
And I'll be wearing this on the next stream. Yeah.
All right, you've joined the T-shirt gang.
Yeah.
I literally had a discussion with the wifey, and she goes, "So what are we going to do?" Because the whole idea was I was going to alternate the shirts, but I do have favorites, so I've been pulling out the same 12 maybe out of the 50 I have now, and I got to figure out an easy way to pull out the top one so I can cycle them properly. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a cool shirt.
That's cool. So that and you could open it's not, that box isn't taped shut, so you can open them. So they had 5 of them there.
Okay.
So I opened a couple just to make sure. I was like, I wanted to verify what was inside, and I thought it was one of those things that was like a blind box.
Yeah.
At first, and then I realized no, it's telling you what's in there on the front, exactly what the picture is. That's what it is. So I picked the best box, carefully opened it, made sure everything was inside, because very easily somebody could just snatch whatever they want.
Oh God, yeah, yeah, especially open, yeah.
Yeah. So I came out, I was grinning ear to ear. She's like, "What'd you get?"
I didn't get Lego. Don't get mad. See,
Yeah,
no
don't be
Lego.
mad. But yeah.
Oh, good. No Lego. Thank God.
But yeah, like I was just tickled, and it's a large, and it said it's like adult, so it should fit me. At first, I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't really look at it very close. Maybe it's like a child T-shirt, and I won't even be able to wear it. I'll have to give it to Nathan.
I've been lucky that with all those shirts I ordered, especially the ones I would import, I haven't gotten a child or small shirt. It was only the baseball cap. The Lego baseball cap was a child cap. And it turns out that was my mistake, not China's. It's funny because the hat does look like it's full size, but it's not. That is so creepy, and it looks so 3D. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is something else. I'm tempted to find something in the next few days so I can wear it to work on Monday. And I don't know. Because no one will expect it. Last year, I came dressed as the boss. You know what I mean? Like I don't do that kind of stuff, but I like to shock my people. That is so cool.
Isn't that cool?
I mean, even if you don't wear it, that for me that goes on the wall just so people can look at it and get freaked out by those eyes. On the wall,
like,
yep, for sure. It's just so freaky looking.
You know what it reminds me, because it's got the tentacles. They're like, that's 20 years ago. Everyone had like ski toques, all the fancy ones. They had like the spines coming out of the center, and that's what it makes me think of, is like all the funny looking toques and stuff that everyone wears skiing. And yeah.
It's sad. I think the only toque I have is one that came with some protein powder years ago. Literally, it came in the bin with the protein powder.
Yeah.
That's a cool figure. Because I know I would have a hard time choosing one turtle, but like if I saw that, and if I had to choose between turtles, I'd probably take him. He's really cool. And apparently Kevin Nash played him in one of the movies. I mean,
yes, he played
Super crazy. Shredder. That is crazy.
Super Shredder. Yeah, I seen that on one of that podcast he does, and he talked about it.
Oh, are you following Click This?
It's just because I've watched enough of their episodes that it recommends clips of it. Quite often.
It's funny, I really thought he would be a better storyteller.
Yeah.
Because hey, incredible career. Done it, seen it all. Yeah. And I try so hard to listen to his stuff, and it's not grabbing me like I thought it would.
And I remember him from the beginning. Like, remember when he first came to WWF and he was Diesel?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, like, I did watch him as Oz and those Krang or whatever those other stupid names were he had in WCW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's where he started.
See, that's before my time, because we had Dish, but I didn't watch. I always watched WWF, and then kind of in the later years, I was getting away from WWF, and we had Dish, and I started seeing WCW stuff. And so, good buddy of mine, he'd be talking about that. We were kind of going back and forth, which one's better, eh?
Yeah.
But I always like
dude, he had like 3 horrible gimmicks in a row in WCW, each one worse than the previous one. He basically, he had friends like Sean and a few other people who are whispering in his ear, hey, there's this opportunity, but he's under contract. He asked for his release, telling WCW he just wanted out the door, Yeah. And as soon as he got his release, he went, apparently, to the fax machine in the offices in Atlanta or wherever he was at WCW, faxed a copy of his release to the WWF.
Yeah, well, he's like in Ted Turner's building.
Literally from his building to the WWF. See, here's a copy. I am released. We can talk now. It is legal. And he shows up as Diesel, just as that background bodyguard gimmick, and 18 months later he's world champ. So
Oh yeah,
great, good decision.
yeah. He came, and then Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. He was
Yeah.
that was like my favorite character ever. Then he
Oh,
flicks the toothpick.
yeah, yeah. The
Hey
the
Chico.
greasy Colombian,
Yeah. Hey Chico.
yeah. But it really wasn't until he started hanging with his friends where things was just starting to get real interesting. But
Yeah.
of course, when we're watching on TV, we're not seeing that friendship in WWE,
No,
right? We're not seeing that. That's behind the scenes.
yeah.
So it goes to show you just how good and professional they were. Like they kept, except for the last couple days, they kept it all off screen and just worked together and traveled the road together. So
Yeah, it's fun. That's the interesting part. You kind of see you watch that podcast, you get to hear about the stuff behind the scenes, and
see, I listened to Jim Cornette. Like I got all these guys. Even Mick Foley's got one now. A podcast.
yeah, it's just interesting to hear all these stories, eh? And like
Their
it's
stories
just
are better
wild.
than the wrestling. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Bruce Pritchard.
Do you ever
Kevin Nash's show. What else? I mean,
how
there's a
about
bunch of them.
Steve Austin, that Broken Skull?
I listened to his Broken Skull stuff for the longest time. I don't know why I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
I just because I've got too much I'm listening to already.
I've watched bits and pieces of that on YouTube clips.
Yeah.
And there's one where he interviewed Chris Jericho.
Yes.
And he's talking about Jericho and
in AEW.
Him and it was still WWE or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Him and Haku.
Okay.
And they're in like the Mexican airport, something like that.
Oh.
They got thrown in the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people's stories include Haku,
yeah,
it's always good because, and the thing is, like, I don't have a lot of memories of Haku from where they're talking about. My memories are him as King Tonga in the WWF.
Yeah.
And he was, a Samoan. They gave him a run as King of the Ring or whatever they did with him, but it was like,
Yeah.
But everyone's relationship with him behind the scenes, how tough he was. Everyone has these incredible superhuman stories of what he could do, knocking over telephone poles, by pushing them over. Like,
well, they finally got out of. They had to put to get out of the jail or whatever. They had to put together a bunch of money to get out of jail, and they got on a plane, got to I think it was Acapulco or something like that. They got just in time for their match.
Oh boy!
And then the promoter tried to screw him, and he said Haku goes up and he like rips the door off the hinges and goes in and like threatens to kick the crap out of the promoter, and he's like, "You pay." He's like, "How much?" More.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too many of these guys from back in the day have stories of, being robbed or borderline robbed, and get your money up front or you ain't gonna get it, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And of course, the promoters would, always lie. Oh, we'll give you a piece of the gate, and then, oh, hey, look, you go out the curtain, it looks great, and then the promoter says, oh no, only half of that showed up. Like, no,
This is what you promised me.
I mean, guys like I would listen to Terry Funk on some people's podcasts, and he would say, Terry Funk would go out there in days when he would get a piece of the gate, or his brother Dory, and what they would do is they have a little clicker counter, right? And they would click it for every 10 people they counted, and then so they got a ballpark idea, and promoters say, there's only 8,000 in the arena. The 8,000 is huge, by the way. Like, that's a monster number. And promoter might downplay that, and they see 8,000. That's like, These days, they don't get paid anywhere like that anymore. It's, pay for play. You get what you're told. You're not getting paid per attendance.
Well,
that nonsense.
It's like
there's no pay-per-view bonuses anymore. All that's gone.
They're just working. They got a salary now, more basically now, right?
And a piece of merchandising if they're good enough. If they're big enough, they get a piece of the merchandising. Worst case situation, they get 1% of shirts and whatever. But if you do enough merchandising, even that can add up.
they're just like a baseball player or a hockey player. They sign a contract, and it's all in the contract. This is what you
Yeah.
get.
I mean, back in the Coliseum video days and the original LJN figure days for wrestling, when guys like the Iron Sheik and a few others got their very first check for the toys,
Yeah.
and they went, oh. I mean, for some people, it was more they made as a wrestler.
Well,
like,
yeah.
and they go, wow. And this is what the WWE machine was doing, because no one else was marketing anything other than T-shirts. Any promotion, if they did anything, they had T-shirts. Period. Yeah. Maybe posters, right? But toys, action figures, you know.
Do you remember? Well, I remember when the ring, like you could get the ring, with like the turnbuckles and everything.
Yeah.
And then I never got one, but I always wanted. They called them like, well, they're like the wrestling buddies, like the little stuffed wrestlers. There was like
sure.
it was like a Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior.
The ones that were stuffed like little pillow kind of shaped things.
Kind
of like a cushion shaped like a human, and they
not quite
printed
cushion. Like it was like a figure, but they were like, I don't know, they would have been 18 inches tall or something like that. They had arms and legs and a head.
And you're not thinking of the LJN, the big rubber monster things?
They weren't rubber. They were plush.
Oh, plush. Okay.
They were plush.
Because the LJN stuff was like, those were weapons.
Like a stuffed, this is like a stuffed animal, but I always like that kind of thing.
I didn't have those. My brother did. So he had the Hulk and Bundy and Big John Studd. And he couldn't appreciate it. What he do? He put them in his mouth, right? He sucks the paint off it. Me, it's like, how come I didn't get this crap? Well, I'm collecting Transformers and G.I. Joe and comics. I had moved into comics at that point. So it's like moving out of the toys. But yeah, he had the LJNs and he sucked the paint off of every one of them. Dirty bugger.
Well, I think I had one action figure wrestler. I want to say it was Piper or something like that.
Probably the only one we didn't really have was, I think, Piper. And that was probably the best one. Hot Rod, white shirt, Hot Rod on it.
Yeah.
And the removable kilt, I think. And yeah. Blue tights, I think. And then you had the removable kilt. Oh, that was a great figure.
Yeah.
I look forward to your next little haul.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be coming. We'll give it a week or two, something like that. But.
I mean, I could do something sooner, but what I want to do is November 1st, I should have at least two more packages that are notable.
Yeah.
And that would be worth doing probably the last show of the year for me. And everything else will just be build sessions.
Everything just build
until January, until I get conned into whatever. And then it'll be like, we'll see how good I am next year not buying. So
yeah.
I know the UCS is fine. Whatever they are, I'll buy them. And they'll hurt, I'm sure. But I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You didn't comment on how this looks. It's a little different.
Yeah. I haven't pulled a big screen so I can actually see it.
Yeah. And the reason I changed this up was those two up there. That and that. I wanted to fit them up here because for me to put them overhead would have been a much bigger project. And then once I did that, it's like, oh, then I should change some of this other stuff around.
Yeah, just refresh it, eh?
Yeah.
The new look.
And actually, so I got everything in here. And that's the thing, like, just rejigging things is amazing. And I actually end up taking two shelves out. I got two shelves on the floor. I got to make sure I don't beat them up because I know someday I'll want to put them back in. The only problem with the IKEA Billy stuff is when you take the pins in and out, you can only do it so many times, and then the holes get kind of beat up. And then I'll probably have to get creative on what to do about that problem. But
take the shelves and just kind of stand them up in behind. If you have
room, I probably could do that. If they sit on the floor too long, I'll just put them in the car and go to storage. But they're not in the way. And we have enough of these in other rooms where I could just transplant. That's a nice thing, you know. You buy the Billy stuff, and it's just everywhere you got the cases, you know. Even the glass cabinet, I switched out some stuff. Just and I just
Oh yeah, there's
move
your
some stuff
Overwatch.
around. Yeah, I still got the Overwatch. I only got a couple of these left. I don't have much of these left.
Looks like the game's out now, eh?
Yeah, it is playable. It's out.
Yeah, I saw it. I got an email from Nintendo Shop or whatever.
And there's that
It's out.
side. Oh yeah, that's the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to have that somewhere, but I should build it soon. But there's no rush if there's not many of them out there.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But you know what? The sooner I build it, also means that's potential views I could probably pull in with it.
Well, yeah, before somebody else gets their hand on one.
There's been a few. There's like 3 videos, I think.
Yeah.
Of the actual set, yeah. But it'd be nice because I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that stupid hat that's too small. And it doesn't look like it, but it absolutely is.
Yeah. Once you put it up to your head, it's like, oh.
Yeah. And I don't have the biggest head, but
yeah.
That's okay. It'll sit there.
Thanks for hanging out with me and
awesome.
Watch me rip stuff open.
Is that Chewbacca? What is that behind you? The brown thing.
Yes. That is, right there.
What is that?
That's Chewie. That's Build-A-Bear.
Oh my God! Really?
I got talked into doing Build-A-Bear with kids a couple years ago.
I was sitting there thinking, did he order the Lego one? Because I know Lego has a plush, and I refuse to buy them. But that is better. I think that's better.
He's even got his bowcaster or whatever.
Oh, dude!
Over his shoulder, and listen to this.
I like it. I like it. Dude, you got to get on a stream with Doc Samson.
Oh, yeah.
You just hold that up. That's your puppet.
Yeah. It, with these, it's kind of neat.
You take the stuffing out and you have a puppet. I mean,
if the batteries ever go dead in it, you just take it in the store. They'll change batteries or whatever.
Really? Do they charge you for that, or is that kind of a lifetime deal?
No, it's kind of a lifetime thing.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what they told us anyway.
We still have a couple locations here in Toronto where you can go and do parties and stuff. I don't know how well they do. I guess they must be doing okay if they're still around.
Yeah, like when I got this, it was bloody busy. It was unreal. Like we were lined up out the store to get in to do it.
I mean, the one location, I actually, off the top of my head, I only know one location, and it's about 20 minutes north. It's not far. But if I were to go there, it'd be the only reason, because there's nothing else up there I'd be interested in.
This is only like maybe a couple 100 feet from the Lego store at the mall in Winnipeg is where Build-A-Bear is. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's it for tonight, but thanks for everyone popped in the chat. I know it was Ingrid. Dan was around for a bit. Brickmaster G, he is new to the channel. I've never seen him before, but thanks for hanging in.
He's popped in on either you or me because he knew about the coal situation.
Oh yeah, well because yeah, and I hadn't mentioned any of that, so he watched my vlog then. If he
yes,
he'd watched the vlog. Yeah.
Fan alert.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, Dan is he's lurking.
Well, next time instead of lurking, you put the kids to bed and you come on, mister.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't share the link in the group chat. I think I just
was it not group? Was that just to me?
That was just to you, I think.
Oh,
now that I think of it. I know
I can't remember where I just did it from.
Well, and the way our group chat goes, you can't find if there was a link in there, you have to scroll for 5 minutes to find it again.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially you guys, when I'm at work, you guys are all chatting. My phone's just constantly dinging away. I was like,
Well,
well,
see, my break at 10, my break at 2-ish, whatever, depending on my training. So it's like, okay, I check
that's what I
YouTube, and then I
scroll
start.
up and I usually scroll till I find where I had actually commented something and
Yeah,
then go back, and it usually takes me about 10 minutes to read back through all the
that'll
comments.
fill that'll fill a washroom break.
Oh, okay. I just posted the YouTube link. Yeah, I posted that last night. I can't remember.
All right, next time he'll post it at least in the group chat.
Yes, definitely. We'll be doing this again. But yeah, thanks everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed it. We'll see you again.
Peace.
Bye bye.